This is part of what I'm talking about when it comes to changing the way we talk to consumers, the way Piedmont presents itself to consumers. So what most health systems do when they're marketing themselves is they put a bunch of doctors in lab coats and they do this number right here, and they go, we're super serious and important. And the last thing that you want to think about when you're eating your Cheerios in the morning is cancer. Cancer's bad. So we go to the market with living better. You will not find an advertisement or any sort of marketing materials directed at general consumers from Piedmont Healthcare that has anything other than living better attached to it. We don't talk about clinical expertise. You know why? Because none of them care. The general consumer does not care about clinical expertise until they're actually in that situation. And guess what they're not going to do when they're in that situation? Choose a doctor because they saw a billboard that says, the heart guys. That's not how it goes. So we want people to understand that we care. We care about them being healthy. 60% of patients switch physicians because of better service. This is what we get to in terms of experience. The two circles here, since you probably can't read this, the inside circle is I'd pay more for one of these. The blue one is I'd switch providers. Communication, keeping people informed, is one of, if not the most important thing. But these are the things that people care about. Price ranges, medical record access, on-time starts. I'm actually trying to convince our physician organization right now to put on-time starts with each of our office locations as part of the transparency piece. I'd love for people to be able to see that in this office, only 15% of the appointments start on time. A way to get that office to get it above 15%. Because you just show them that information internally and it rarely gets movement. You show it to the public, people move fast. This helps illustrate, though, that experience is a lot more than just talking to a doctor or a nurse. I think this number is probably going to go up rapidly, but 27% of consumers right now, I usually round it up to 30, will say they've had experiences with 3 or more healthcare brands in the past year. This says to me pretty clearly that consumers, as they're being forced to act like consumers, are becoming increasingly disloyal to health plan, to provider, to pharmaceutical, everybody, right? They're going to act like consumers. Then it's almost like they wake up and they're like, hey, then I'm going to act like a consumer. If you can't give me price information, I'm going to go somewhere who can. It's a really interesting trend to watch, and I think it's going to be extraordinarily impactful to us as we design what our system looks like and how we meet the needs of the consumer going forward. This helps reinforce the same point. The question at the top is, it's important for me to receive all my care and treatment from one overall provider or organization instead of many. So we've gotten to the point where only 60%? So 40% of people are now saying, you know what, that doesn't matter. I don't have to be a Piedmont patient. I can go to Piedmont for this. I can go to Emory for that. I can go to Northside for this. I can go to CVS. This is not what we're used to, right? When your primary care doctor used to be the hub and you go wherever the doctor told you to go, it made it really simple. They don't do that anymore. What drives loyalty? Whoa. More than anything else, of course it's insurance, duh. But secondary to what your plan will allow is, how did it go the last time? And it really is the last time. It's like, it's kind of the same as your fast food choice, right? Like, it kind of matters what happened last time. Man, last time I went to McDonald's, the wait was terrible. So I'm going to go to Chick-fil-A next time. It's really interesting to watch how that affects things. Yes, sir?
So I know part of what you mentioned got to be able to navigate this for these things to be, successful. Like,
True.
How do you guys do that? Especially if this is based on being very selective with what you've been within your network, those situations when you're required to use practices and so forth we talked about. How do you get them behind it?
Some things I just don't tell them. Some things we introduce to them very early in the process. Often, when trying to convince them that one direction or another is the right way to go, you start with data. Physicians in particular love them some data. So we bring them the data. We don't make any recommendations. We have a culture inside Piedmont, and new physicians get there really quickly. That is, we want physicians to be able to focus their time and effort on what they do best. The converse of that is stay out of marketing, please. And I have that conversation all the time with our physicians because I don't ever walk into their OR and say, hey man, you should cut there and not there. And so helping our entire team, but physicians and other providers in particular, recognize that marketing is a discipline that deserves respect, and that has an important effect on their ability to do medicine long term is important. And we don't run into a ton of resistance because of that.